right, it's 6:30. We'll open the meeting. We have one executive session on the agenda. Does anyone have anything else that they would like to add? Any other need to amend the agenda?
I just have a request. There's a sign-in sheet. If everybody would please sign in.
Thank you for reminding me that. I don't know where the sheet is already going around.
It's on a clipboard.
Okay, cool.
It's on a clipboard going around.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so no need to amend the agenda?
Motion to adopt the agenda. Second it.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right, so we have some minutes here. Select Board minutes of December 3rd, Water and Sewer Commission minutes of December 3rd, and then Select Board minutes of December 10th. Did anybody see any need to make correct errors,
I saw none.
omissions, anything like that? I didn't see anything. Okay. All right, town manager's report.
The transfer station will be closed on Christmas Eve. I've posted this out too. They do have a sign down there. I did go visit Wyman's today. We talked about the RFP for January.
Okay.
Town offices are going to be closed both Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, as well as New Year's Day. Tomorrow, during lunchtime, we're going to be closed for a little bit for employee holiday party.
When is that, tomorrow?
Yep,
Oh, cool, what time?
noon-ish.
Noonish.
I'm picking up the food at noon.
Oh, senior luncheon.
I know. But it was the only Thursday that we had that everybody could be here in the offices. We did get our municipal planning grant for the 5-year LEMP update that we need to do.
Oh, okay.
And we should be receiving that contract shortly. And I'm starting to compile the annual report. I will be sending out the email to all of the organizations. Many have already sent everything in, and I appreciate that. And if you have any suggestions on what you'd like to see or photos to add, please feel free to email me what you have.
Okay.
Short, sweet.
That was, yeah. Any questions for Ann? Okay. Anybody in the audience have questions about anything they heard so far? Okay. All right, any select board member remarks? Anybody have anything?
Just one question, because I don't go south very often. Going up the hill, that jump.
Oh, boy, yeah, that's
Is that
fun.
gonna be fixed?
Yes.
It is in the spring.
Yeah, in the spring,
And
yeah.
Carolyn Coda will be at our January 7th meeting
Right.
to address concerns with the Bridge 108 project. And she has been sent pictures, more than what you've sent me, Mark, for Oxbow Road and the way that
Excuse me.
that...
The 7th meeting she's gonna be at?
Yes. So,
Carolyn Coda?
yes, she's the one from V-Trans that came and presented, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe.
I know somebody asked me today about the barriers at the end of
Yeah.
Oxbow.
We have a gentleman that's called the office a couple of
Yeah.
times.
Yeah, there's a lot of little
I had 2 calls on that
things.
this week.
Did you? Yeah.
So
Yeah.
January 7th, she will be here,
It's not the safest
well,
intersection
on Zoom
right
to
now.
answer questions and that kind of thing. And they know that they do have cleanup to do
Okay.
in the spring.
Hey there. Okay, I guess I'll just say in public comment, so I did go, RNESU voted on their budget today, and they moved their meeting from the normal 5:30 to 2. Very, last minute, so I did bring up that I thought it was an issue with, open meeting laws in violation of, they didn't think they had, so here we are, but, so that the budget they voted on was just over 14 million, which is just for our central office. That's just RNESU. So it would be great if this many people showed up at the school board meeting on the 22nd of January, which is when the OVUU district will be looking at their budget. And they have talked about cutting the preschools. So I think it's important if you care about our preschools, especially Caverly. They're also talking about Whiting. I think it's important for a show of people to come to that school board meeting. I think that's it.
When is it, Alicia?
What was that?
When's the meeting?
January 22nd. I really should have double checked that before I
No, it would
just.
be the 21st if it's the same day. as our meeting.
21st? Okay, sorry about that.
Change the time? What time?
They usually meet at
5:30.
Is it 5:30? I'm really sorry that I didn't have that. I should have that ready for you right now, and I don't remember now.
It's usually
I think 5:30, yeah.
Moved it to 2 today.
meeting is held where?
That will be in the library, Otter Valley's library.
Library.
Yep. And then I know they did discuss, so that was, today was our NESU's, and then the night before I had been to Otter Valley's, school board meeting, and they did discuss if they closed Caverly, they were not gonna give us the building back. That was stated in the meeting. So, just
What?
FYI. So, because Whiting asked for their building back formally if it gets closed. But that is on our agenda to make sure that we write a letter. So I think extra important that we write that letter to say that we want first right of refusal if they close the school, so. Okay, all right, well, public comment, which is what I'm assuming all of you are here for. So I don't know who would like to start? Ernie?
We are here to urge you, the governing bodies of Pittsford, to pass a resolution reaffirming the constitutional rights of all people in Pittsford. As of this past Monday, 24 municipalities in Vermont have passed similar resolutions, representing almost 148,000 Vermonters, about 23% of the state's population. Let me tell you my reason for getting involved in this. I'm 75 years old. In my lifetime, I've lived through 15 different U.S. presidential administrations. Never until now have I ever experienced the fear that has settled over me that our basic human rights in this country are slipping away. People are targeted for merely disagreeing with this president. I can no longer witness what is happening to others, arrests, deportations, and think it can't happen to any one of us just because it hasn't happened yet. It's time to speak up. That's why we're here.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak?
I'll say one thing here. Do I have to get up?
You do not.
Thank you. I just want to say that I don't know what political party you're in. I don't know if you're Republicans or Democrats. I never pay attention to it. I've been here for 41 years and you're my neighbors. I just want to establish that. To me, it's not just a political issue. It's just more an issue of what we believe in as a country. And I'm very comfortable here, although I think Joe Gagne would say I'm not yet a Vermonter, but that's okay. And I feel like this state especially has always been that way. We're independent in a sense. We look at what's right and what's wrong, and not just from a political point of view. And that's what I hope we'll keep in that spirit. That's all I want to say.
Thank you. All right.
So I'm Lori Byram. I live on Sangamon Road. I've seen a lot of you here earlier. It's nice to see you again. Just thinking about what I wanted to share about why I am so invested in this meeting and what we might be able to pull off here. I live up on Sangamon Road. I run the summer camp for kids. It's a beautiful, beautiful spot. I can play, I can work hard, and I can make good things happen for the youth of America. And when I wake up in the morning, I feel so privileged to have been placed there, that my grandparents came to Pittsford in 1922 and set these businesses in place. And when I think about the privilege that we have as American people, and I agree about Vermont with you, but as American people, we are living under a structure that allows us to debate freely, to worship the way we want, to read papers and be able to debate what the newspapers say. Those are rights that are in our Constitution and should apply to everyone. I also share the anxiety that these privileges that we have are being eroded. The balance in the Constitution between the executive and the legislative and the judicial branch seems to be blurred. And those constitutional flaws, I think, are putting us all at risk for the privilege that we have to live in a country where we can have this right to be right here with people that we can argue with and still get up the next day and say, how are you doing today? And I don't want to see that lost. I am so eager to have the sense that the Select Board would stand behind the Constitution in the same way that I feel all of us are trying to say we must stand beside it. And I agree completely that it's not about being a Republican or a Democrat or anything else. It's about preserving a way of life that let us build a country where we are amazing in the world when we are our best people. So to have Pittsford stand with the other municipalities and small towns in the state to say we also feel this way, that the Constitution needs to be upheld, seems really critically important right now to me. And I appreciate being here and having you listen.
Thank you. Anyone else like to speak?
May I speak?
Yes.
Okay, real good.
Sure.
My name is Peter G. Franzoni. I'm a Rutland City citizen. For the record, this will be the second time that I've been before this board about this matter. I'd like to begin by apologizing again to this board. I left the board last time apologizing because I cussed during that meeting, and Selectman Winslow, you rightfully called me out on it, scolded me about having due respect for the process for the meeting. And I hope you don't think I'm punking you when I tell you I'm very grateful for that. I've spent a great deal of the last 8 months in the 30-plus municipalities I've been to thinking a lot about respect and how we respect each other as Americans. I'm apologizing to you now because I did you a disservice. I did a horrible job at explaining what this resolution is about the last time I was here. I was very new at it. Only 3 municipalities had passed at that point, and I'd only spoken at 2 of them. I came in here cold and uninvited. I came in here guns a-blazing about the Constitution and the oath of enlistment. And that didn't do anything to relieve tensions. It didn't do anything to make anybody less afraid. And it certainly didn't do anything to explain what this is all about. I need you to understand that I had no intention of returning before this board again anytime soon, if ever. Your constituents, your public, reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked me to be here. And that is why I'm here today. There's been a great deal of confusion this last 8 months among the select boards about exactly what the resolution is. So at the behest of your public, I'm going to try and explain it in the simplest and easiest and most brief terms that I can. The resolution is simply a statement from the elected officials of a municipality to their public. So it's not a town-wide proclamation. It's a proclamation by you as the leaders of the community to your public. And all you're stating with this proclamation is saying, we're aware of these constitutional violations that are going on. We don't approve of them either. We want to assure our citizens that we still stand behind our constitutional principles. We're opening up a dialogue. Even though we're just a little select board in a tiny town of Pittsford, we likely have no real power in national matters. Let's at least talk about it. Let's at least hear the concerns from the public. And at least we're going to go on record to say that we support the Constitution, and that we hear you, and we're aware of these violations, and we don't approve of them. It's not saying you're anti-immigration. It's not saying that you're against the president. It's not saying against the federal administration. It's one thing and one thing only, that you will not put up with constitutional violations that threaten all of our safety. That's all this statement is, nothing more. Getting back to respect. 30 different municipalities, give or take, a little more I think at this point, that I've actually been to select board meetings. It might interest you to know that Pittsford is only one of 2 municipalities that I've been to that don't open their select board meetings with a pledge to our flag. We're here to talk about the Constitution. I'm pretty sure no one in this room can recite the 4th, 5th, and 14th Amendments that apply directly to our due process. Might even be a safe bet that you honorable members of the board can't remember your own oaths of office beginning to end off the top of your head. I'd bet my last dollar that every single person in this room knows that pledge, top to bottom, and has probably said it a few hundred times, if not more. What are we pledging to? What is the flag? The Uniform Code of Military Justice instructs us that the flag represents the living country. A lot of us have been confused probably in the last 20, 25 years. You see a lot of them draped over coffins. You start to think it represents the honored dead, and it does not. The reason we place the flag on the coffin is one last loving embrace of gratitude before our honored dead are interred forever. Respect. What is the living country? The living country is defined as every person within the jurisdiction of the United States. Everybody that's in the jurisdiction. Whether they're a citizen, whether they're an immigrant, whether they're just visiting, whether they're here to be a criminal, whether they're straight, gay, white, black, yellow, doesn't matter. Whether they're in the jurisdiction of the United States, they're part of that flag. They're part of that living country. And you've pledged allegiance to them hundreds of times over in your lifetime. The last line of the Pledge of Allegiance, indivisible with justice for all. All persons, says the same thing in the Constitution about our due process rights. All persons within the jurisdiction of the United States shall be afforded the due process of law. And that's what this is about. Someone shows up to one of our ports of entry and they're trying to escape another country. We grew up in the 80s. I defect. The Russians trying to pull them back out of the embassy, and our soldiers, nope, you can't have them. He's one of us now. We'll do the paperwork later. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's what I signed up to defend. And that's all this resolution is about. It's just you saying to the people that elected you, we see what's going on, we don't approve, we got your back. There's probably nothing we can do, but at least know we're behind you. So if one of you be disappeared off of our streets wrongfully, we might be in a better position to try and get you home safe. That's all this is. I thank you for your time.
Well, I would just like to say thank you all for coming. We appreciate that and understand the sentiment. I know we do, while I might not remember word for word the oath that I took, we did all take an oath to uphold the Constitution when we got on the board, and we do take that very seriously. And we also did, were we the first, or so we were one of the early adopters of the Declaration of Inclusion, recognizing that, you know, that we embrace everyone in this town. So we do take that seriously as well, and like to think that that's part of, it's part of what, you know, makes Pittsford. I don't know if anyone else has anything specific they would like to say.
I've always supported the Constitution, always will. I've said it many times. I took an oath back in 1965, I think it was, when I joined the Army. So, it's in my soul.
So I guess, yeah, so I think we,
Just one.
absolutely.
It is the one document that defines us all as Americans.
Mhm.
And if there's anything worth supporting, is this one unique document that exists in only this country, in this form. Perfect? No. But it provides us with all the rights and freedoms we have today.
Mhm.
And it's really worth standing up for us. And this document is what this meeting is all about for us.
Yeah.
It's exclusively the U.S. Constitution that we're here to talk about.
Right. Thank you, appreciate that. Yeah, and I think we all can all agree with that. As far as actually signing anything, that wouldn't happen tonight anyways, it's not on the agenda, so as in public comment, we're just here to receive from you, so we appreciate you.
What would be the next step? Do you need anything else from this group? What would be the next step for you to consider this?
We would have to just discuss as a board if we were going to, it'd have to be put on another agenda. Because you can only do consent, you can only work on things that are on the agenda to actually take a vote.
Yeah. And so do you need us to get on the agenda? How does that happen?
No, not necessarily. We just need to put the topic on the agenda.
Okay.
So, to be frank, the reason we didn't do it tonight, it's budget season. Not that this is not as super important. We already have, and we're finishing up zoning regulations. We just had we have a lot of stuff going on right now. So, but we definitely are glad to have hear from all of you, and we will take it under advisement for sure.
Alicia, do we get in touch with Ann to make sure it would be on the next agenda, or do you need more time over the...
Yeah, we have to decide, we have to vote on our budget by...
Can I?
Yes.
So, honestly, with what our timeline is for our annual report and for the budget season and the warning and things we already have 2 guests on because we have Carolyn Coda coming, and we also have Otter Creek Watershed Insect Control District. I don't see it happening until at least the January 21st meeting. And that one, depending on how much we get through January 7th, I'd have to look and see. But that would be the earliest, would be the January 21st meeting right now.
Do you need a written request, or?
Yeah, how do you get on the agenda?
I just take direction from the board. If they tell me to put it on, that's how it goes on. So I have a note here.
Okay, the board doesn't feel like they need an extra
Well,
written
is there a
document?
written statement for us to review?
Yeah? I thought you had that.
No, are you,
That's what I showed you in executive session
oh,
last meeting.
I think you do have it, so it could be researched.
We have a copy
yeah, so
of
we
it.
can go look over, yeah.
Yeah, take a look at it again.
Would you like a copy, or several copies?
No,
If Ann has it, then.
I have it.
Yeah, so that January date, I don't think is a problem. We appreciate the work that the group has.
Well, I think we need to look at it.
Yeah,
Read it
right.
through, decide if we want to have it on the agenda. And
So
I'm
would
just-
you let us know then, one way or another? This is the way that would go.
We heard you.
Who do you want to be the contact person, Ernie?
Ernie,
You can call
yeah.
me. Yep, thank you.
Have you all signed in tonight?
How's it been?
It's right here.
It's over there.
Rick, is it just you? I can just write your name on.
It's not,
You got it.
can you read other people?
Oh, sorry.
All right, so thank you. Yep. Oh, Greg?
I'd like to just say, we can't ever forget all the people that died for this kind of thing, for our Constitution. I've had the privilege of walking some of the biggest battlefields in the U.S. Gettysburg, has anybody ever been there?
Yes.
Yep.
Everybody? I mean, you ever go out in the middle of Gettysburg and look at the tallest monument there?
Yep. I
It says
have.
Vermont
It
across
is.
the bottom. There was a 30-mile forced march
Yep.
of Vermonters that went down there, and they just threw them straight into battle, turned the whole battle of the Civil War. You know, we're home of the Green Mountain Boys. A lot of people have died for our Constitution, and I think we really need to start taking it seriously, because it's not, it's something we need to really think about. A lot of people have paid the ultimate sacrifice for this country. And just speaking up today is a huge sacrifice, it's something we all need to do. We need to stand up to what's wrong. Stand up. We gotta bring our country back to where it is. Do better. That's it.
Thank you. Well, thank you. I appreciate you all coming. And we will read the resolution, and we'll reach out to Ernie when it's gonna be on the agenda. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
So nobody wants to stay and hear about zoning regulations?
The budget. Think about attending the school board meeting. Yeah, you would come down to
More people out there.
No, I saw you coming though.
It already was warm here, and then with all these vibes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. You seen Bert?
Yeah, he's good. He went to Arizona. What could he be thinking?
So they already said they don't want to give us the building back. Motherfuckers, I still say.
Straight out said it in the meeting. I know.
Open my big trap.
Say it isn't so.
I do so.
Probably the hullabaloo of people walking out muffled, you're cursing.
Probably not. You know what? I don't care.
Parental advisory warned.
All right, let's get, we gotta kindly ask these people to move it down the hall.
Yeah.
Would you, yeah, I don't,
You're good. It's good. Just leave it. Yeah, we're good.
welcome to gather down the hallway in the foyer.
Outside, because it'll echo.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll be in touch. Bye. See you later. Bye, Nancy.
All right, moving on. So, okay, public comment? Okay, All right, zoning regulations update. This was like the kind of final call for, we were supposed to have our lists of issues. Everybody got their list?
I did mine last week.
I think, and,
With the zoning?
oh,
You can't.
You can't shut the door,
I know.
unfortunately.
You can't hear it? Can't hear it too, okay, thank you. All right, so yeah, so any, this is, let me see if, does any, before I ask Rick, does anyone else have anything they wanted to, I know you guys did discuss
Yeah.
what you wanted altered. Do you have anything else that wasn't discussed last meeting?
Right now, if we alter it again,
We have to,
it's gotta go back to the planning commission, and we're gonna miss a deadline, correct?
We will, and so if we alter it at this point, it has to go back to the planning commission. They have to alter it, then they have to hold their hearing. You're gonna have to hold your hearing. We will lose our 10% match. I looked it up. I believe I sent all of you a copy of it. It's $1,086 we'll have to pay.
Excuse me.
Instead of having it fully forgiven by the loan. Right. If we missed it, because we will miss the December 31st deadline, because I won't be able to host 2 hearings in the time frame we've got.
Okay.
Well, I know the last meeting we talked about adopting it and then immediately changing it. Personally, I don't feel good about that. That's just an underhanded thing to do, and I don't agree with doing that for $1,000. I think we make our changes, send it back, and yeah.
Is there an ultimate deadline in to have it into regional?
No.
There isn't.
Okay.
For the grant, there's a deadline, but we'll have given up to 10% match, so we just have to get it done. I can notify her. She's waiting to hear, Jenny Lavoy is her name. She's waiting to hear from me tomorrow on what the decision was tonight, whether we need a grant extension so that she can file the paperwork so I can sign it before the December 31st deadline.
And how long will that extension give us? 6 months?
I think it's 6 months.
Okay. Does that 6 months seem reasonable for you to make a few?
Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't come to the last meeting. I thought we were all set. We had no one at our hearing.
Okay.
And I got bits and pieces, you know, after the fact. So, one of the issues was the distances on the Connex boxes.
Yes.
Yes.
And that wasn't anything to do with the state of Vermont. That was something that Jeff OVUUSD brought back, or put into the document. And we went through a meeting, we thought we were all good. And then it got brought around again by Donna Wilson. There was a tremendous amount of discussion about it, probably at least 2.5 hours total time discussing it. Because when Dave was chairman, we didn't regulate the Connex boxes. And then Donna had a problem with it being on the line. So we agreed, I suggested, because it was divided, and I suggested, well, what would you be happy with? 5 feet? And then 5 feet, you've got 10 feet in between. Because what the state's trying to do is, they're trying to concentrate development within the shooting for that compact village. So, as Chuck E. Charbonneau said, you take that 10 feet all the way around, or 5 feet all the way around your property, it's something that you can't do, but yet you reduce the setbacks. And then, this was something really blew my mind from zoning. Dan will probably, in Brandon, they actually build right up to the line.
Really?
Yeah, there's no setback.
That's
to try to
interesting.
utilize as much of the land that they possibly can. So with the smaller lots, and with Act 181, you know, how do you put a minimum of 5 housing units on 1 acre? Then it says a minimum of 5. So that means, you know, 6 or 7 if you can wiggle them in. So that's what we were trying to do. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say. We had precedents on it. At the zoning, there was when the fireworks people came to town, they had a tent. And the town wasn't happy with that, and they said, you gotta get them in a lock-up box.
Yep.
So the storage container was recommended, and the condition said, shall be in a locked-up box and placed anywhere on the lot. So, anyways, we have C&C down there, and we had 3 more. So
My personal input to the board, what I said is, well, we have Chittenden and we have Rutland Town that don't have any zoning. I don't see a problem with Connex boxes. There wasn't any evidence presented that the Connex boxes were going to create an issue. Some people thought it would be nice to have areas cleaned up, you know, stuff put away. Made sense. It was a good solution.
But
So,
the way it's written now makes it possible to have row Connex boxes 5 feet from your neighbor's property.
right.
How would you feel if you were that neighbor in your single-family home on a quarter of an acre? And it's so, you can get, your neighbor can get permitted to put a string of these Connex boxes 5 feet from the boundary.
Well, Dan, the question came up, and one was across from my house where Tommy's house was. When Bruce Sherwin moved, it was there for about 6 or 8 months. And I was asked repeatedly by Jeff Biazuzzi if it bothered me, and I said, no, it doesn't. He's moving, puts it in there.
That's a temporary thing.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying, I don't think you're gonna be able to stop anybody from putting a Connex box on the line. And as I said, another hearing that we had was for the guy that's got the boxes, Abenaki. He's got them lined up right across, you know, right down through on Dan's line. So anyways, that's where we were. The amount of sheds aren't limited. You know, you can put up as many sheds as, so you can put a row of sheds. But that's hypothetical. What we tried to do was look at from what we had, you know, and what situations we had and whether there were any issues. And, you know, I drive up north to go up to our property, and where I see a whole bunch of them is in Leicester there, kind of where it's,
Leicester
oh God,
Service
can't
Center.
think of his name, huh?
Leicester Service
Yeah,
Center.
Leicester Service Center. What's his name? Jimmy Creighton?
Yes,
That's his name?
yes.
You know, he's got them lined up down through there, and people got them as storage units. So we weren't regulating them before at all, when we did the zoning in 2016. So this was what we did. Said that, you know, you couldn't use them as a place to live in, because we've been having issues with that. And, you know, someone else brought up, you know, what a food trailer looks like, 40 feet long, stuck in a place, or I guess it all depends on what you're looking for. And being hypothetical was what my personal take was on it. No evidence of an issue. And then I thought, well, if there's an issue, then you then you address the issue.
Then you've got pre-existing non-conforming uses that you can't change.
Yeah, well, then,
And as I read it, their Connex boxes are exempt from even a permit.
yeah.
I mean.
Well, we talked about that.
It's defined as a structure.
We defined, well, that was what Jeff defined it as, but then we also had precedence on the trailers when Jewett's was up there, and they had like 5 or 6 trailers backed in there, storage trailers. And one of them was, they were using them for refrigeration.
Right.
And we got into a terrible thing, and went to court,
Oh, jeez.
and the court ruled in Jewett's favor. There wasn't anything he could do. So anyways, I just thought that, you know, at least we mentioned them, we put it in there. You're gonna have to go around and take an inventory of the ones that are there, because like you said, they're gonna be pre-existing, because this regulation is now gonna
Go forward.
yeah, so that's where we were with that, and if there was any problems, I wish somebody would let us know, because we spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I guess my main issue was you've got, you know, different setbacks for different things. And for me, if everything's the same, then everybody knows. It isn't any question. I mean, if you can't, you know, if you can build a house within 15 feet, then your Connex box is 15 feet. Having everything consistent just seems more logical to me.
Well, yeah, but then again, too, you've got to take into consideration where the lot is. They might want to put it out.
Well, and I understand that, but they can also apply for a variance. So,
Well, that's not a good thing to go for, Dave. A variance, you
Okay.
know, our town lawyer says, in his opinion, there's no such thing as a variance, because it's a change contrary to what the regulation says. So, you know, we try to do the best we can. And if you've got some evidence of it, and then another thing that came up on it was, are agricultural buildings exempt?
No, there's setback.
Yeah, but they're set back, but if you had them for agricultural uses, Is there, our town doesn't have a regulation on it.
State does off the
We don't
road.
mention them in our regulations, that's what I'm saying.
The state does off the road, 75 feet off.
But not the town, is what I'm saying.
No, but there is
Well, it
regulation.
qualifies as a structure, doesn't it?
Well-
Is there an agriculture exemption? I've never read it, if it's in.
I don't see, that's my point.
Yeah.
They
You
said,
gotta follow.
yeah.
I mean,
So
you gotta get a
we-
permit.
Right, these were the
On site.
things that came up. And we tried to do the best we could, because we had a lot here with it.
Yeah.
I'm not making, you know, we
No,
really,
it's-
really,
it's a lot, yeah.
and the deadlines and so forth, so,
I also want some clarification, what Vermont law is now saying has to be in our zoning regulations.
what? That's what's in here, section 44, 42,
See yours for a second, I might have a copy.
This, Logan Solomon came to our meetings, zoomed in, came here personally. He explained everything that we have to have in there under Act 181, which is, the way that I interpret it is, you've got to make provision for affordable housing. And then there's language in there, because if you look at it, it says, well, just because there's a certain use, because the board always has to recognize or reconcile with, how does it affect the character of the area?
Yes.
So the way that I was looking at it when we had these discussions, this is what I personally said, I got an acre of land over here with a modular double wide home on it. The way I see it, I can put 5 of these on here. Can I put mobile homes on them? I can put mobile homes on them. Well, that, in my thing was, well, isn't that a mobile home park? But under 181, it's not. You can't discriminate against a mobile home. So how's that gonna look when you've got this rural area up here and we put 5 mobile homes in? So that's why we were trying to put the language in that said the character of the area, but the state statute says just because this is like this. So in other words, saying if you got some nice swanky houses here, that's not a reason. So, because you know, if I put 5 mobile homes over there, that's gonna devalue people's property.
Of course it would.
But by law, I can do it. So unless we adopt this, like right now, from what I understand, this was supposed to be in effect back in July of last year, right, Ian? We've gone past the deadline.
Oh, have we?
Yes,
So,
as far as the state statutes. A lot of towns are wrestling with it, because when we started doing it, I gotta tell you personally, I had some reservations about it after being on zoning, and, because it's almost like turning it upside down. You know, zoning was to prevent overcrowding of land. So there's language in there where it kind of gives the zoning board a little bit of leeway
Yeah, okay.
to, you know, to try to make it a little more than a mobile home. But I'm not convinced that that's, because I think what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing quotas.
Would you consider some of this language subjective that the state's put in?
Absolutely.
Way subjective.
But that's me old-fashioned, 71
but
years old too, Mark.
That's
you
what
know?
I see, you know?
It's you know, the reasons, in my opinion, personal opinion, the reasons that we don't have affordable housing is because government has made everything so expensive. You go to you pay $100,000 to accompany your Act 250 permit, you might get it and you might not. And if you don't, there's $100 grand gone.
You just said the word that causes our problem with housing.
So,
And it's Act 250.
and after living here, and I'm younger than Tommy Hooker, thank God, and Danny.
Not by an awful lot.
Under the bus.
But we all
Digging a hole.
we all figured a way to get our house, right?
We did.
Yeah.
And, you know, we moved up, so, I don't know, I'm an old dog, I gotta tell you, these, I'm gonna run out of marbles here pretty quick, up here. So, I just, and you know, I'm working with the board too, in fairness to them, we've been trying to get we do have some young people coming in, and, you know, it's gonna be them that's carrying the load, and then I hear Dan over here talking something about 13% on this budget.
12% on education.
Yeah, and that's the big one. That's not the little
Yeah.
one.
What, another monster the state's
Yeah.
created.
Yep.
I don't care if this is recorded.
And
Yeah, well, it is.
and that's one thing, before I forget, there is a section in here about our lighting on signs that said all lighting has to be downcast. Well, I gotta go back and look through, but that can't work for existing people that are in the business that I'm in, because our price signs and we've always had them, but we try to encourage downlit signing. But the state requires that we have price signs and they have to be posted.
Okay.
So that internal lit thing is gonna have to be readdressed, and I'll take it up at the planning commission. It's just, I don't know if it's a typo,
Okay.
but anyways.
It's under.
Well, and internal lit, I would much rather have an internal lit sign than what you got down here on Dollar General lighting up poor Bernie Reynolds' field, and they won't do anything about it.
I believe that was against the
It
conditions
is, but
placed on
nobody
the
does
permit.
anything about it.
Well, I don't mean to dig up.
No, but I'm just,
It's
you
tough.
know, an internal lit
I agree.
sign is a lot less obnoxious than that light is, because at least it stays in a confined area.
Well,
It's
the
not-
source of light should be shielded, that's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
That's all you have, you can direct it at what you want seen. You don't have to illuminate your
neighbors.
Because a business without a sign, as my wife says, is a sign of no business. So anyways, I wish you guys could have come to our hearing. Nobody came. I was like,
No, sorry.
Nobody came to our hearing.
Nobody came here.
No.
no.
You had
For your
Well,
first hearing?
Donna did.
Donna came, that
Donna
was
came,
it.
that was it.
Yeah. So, yeah, well, I got all this stuff secondhand, and poor Kevin Blow, he just had surgery and
Oh,
on his sinuses, but he's doing a lot better.
Is it?
Good.
oh, good.
Good.
So hopefully gonna be able to get him to, I don't know if I gotta go get him tomorrow night, but always put a lot of dedication in. I don't know much how longer he's gonna be able to do it.
I know it.
He's
Done a lot of work.
He definitely needs to be recognized.
Okay. That's good.
Okay. Whew.
Thank you.
Awful hot in here.
I know.
A lot of hot air here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna send
Most
us,
of it is 24 VSA 4412, 4403, and I think it's 4464, which came out of the Vermont legislature. I think it was in 23 and 24, their changes, and then the Act 181. But it's all under 24 VSA. And they are marked wherever Logan had it from statute, he marked it and wrote language from, and then he wrote which 24 VSA 4403 AB, whatever it was.
Okay.
we would have been to you a month earlier if Jeff hadn't brought all these issues, and finally I put a halt on it, and I said, look, this is ridiculous, you know, let's get the state stuff done, and
Yep.
so my point is, the Connex boxes were not regulated.
Okay.
They weren't even mentioned.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you so much.
All right.
Rick.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah,
Thanks,
okay.
Rick.
Thanks for your work on this.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, thank you.
They have done a good job.
Good.
Good people to work with. That's the good thing.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the budget.
Okay?
Do you, do you need to say where this is going?
Yeah, I
Well,
think we
we-
do. We need to.
Because right now it's
Oh,
just
sorry,
at a
yeah,
brick
no, you're
wall.
right, because I guess I thought since we already voted, but, last
didn't vote on it.
We didn't vote on
Don't
it.
vote on it,
Not vote
voted
on
to
it.
table it.
Tabled it.
Shoot, I thought we, okay. Okay, so,
What do we do?
But just so I understand it, if we vote not to approve it as is at this point, we're gonna lose $1,000.
yeah, but it'll go back
1086.
to the planning commission.
It'll go back to the planning commission with your notes about the Connex box setbacks, the affordable housing, which I don't know if there's much we can do, because that's right from statute.
You gotta ask. You can't just take the state for everything they come out with.
They're gonna change it, Mark. That's the thing. And then that's when I would suggest we amend.
There's some constitutionality involved there, I think, with this kind of language. You're treating some people different than others.
Yes, you
And I have a
are.
real issue with that, because that is, as this group says, completely against the Vermont
I
Constitution.
agree 100%.
And it's pretty hard to vote for, I'm sorry, Dan.
Is it 181 being contested in court, certain
Well,
phases of
there
it?
are towns that are not going along with it. So like if you said, don't say, I'm just speaking as Rick Conway here, we put a lot of work into this. Toss it and and deal with it. Because some states are not. What about the towns that don't have zoning?
Yeah.
Like I mentioned tonight, Rutland Town.
Chittenden doesn't have
And
it.
Chittenden doesn't have zoning. And you know what? At some point, it happened in Houston, Texas. Alls it would take is a certain majority of the people in this town to vote, to call it to a vote and throw zoning out. Not that I want to see that. We've worked for it and
For
we've done it.
years,
and
we've worked for it.
It's worked well, but you know, talk about constitutional, kind of infringing on people's rights when you start telling them what they can do with their land. Or the neighbor has more say over your land than you do.
100%.
That's what's not
Well,
right.
in this case, including 181, the state of Vermont
Just telling you.
is telling towns what they're gonna tell their residents, or their property owners, what they can do with their property.
Exactly.
Which is unconstitutional.
They tried to get state zoning years ago and it didn't fly. This is a way
But
of
this
coming
is
in
their
and
way of
telling us
getting
that
at
we-
this is their way of getting
Act 250 is essentially statewide zoning.
Of course it
Yeah.
is.
But it's not definitive, it's not lot size, it's not setback, it's not height of the building, it's not all this. It's more, how's it blend in with the character of the area? And boy, I'd love to take that one for an argument. I wouldn't pay no lawyer. I think I could do it just fine in an Act 250.
Well, that's what somebody's gonna have to do.
And say,
Yeah.
okay, people, you can't have it both ways. You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
it's way beyond that even. Now for you to build a road, you've gotta have some person, professional, expert, come down and say, is that road gonna divide a wildlife corridor?
Yeah.
Which is another
Or is it
subjective.
gonna affect 6 cattails on somebody else's land? And I've been through this a few times. And I'll shut up with that, but.
Well, I don't know.
And this, if you remember a few years ago, our planning commission, tried to jam something down our throats right before
That
Christmas.
was, yep,
Yeah,
the commercial.
Including wildlife corridors, and people had no idea about it or what it was, and they wanted only commercial in the village district. And that
Where did
comes,
that come from?
that's when
Ken
Kevin
Nemzik.
Our
and,
board,
Our board?
yes.
Ken
Well,
Nemzik, and.
that's when we had a 5-member planning
that-
commission.
Oh,
That's when
this-
Kevin and
these are
I got on the planning
recognized.
commission.
And I came a year later, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they all left, I believe.
the ones that were doing that,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, within a year, they were all
Well,
gone.
we had that meeting down at the town hall,
Exactly.
remember?
Exactly.
You sat right in front of me, your head's turning purple, I remember that. But NEMRC had come in, and they had drafted zoning regulations, and they said they didn't. And I said, well, what about the map? Well, no, I said, your map has to complement your zoning. And that's when remember, they went after your nephew, right?
Yep,
There was a document, we had it,
yep.
so, but
Nemzik
that-
had given it to Randy to give to me, and he gave me the wrong document.
Oh,
It was something that was marked up by Mr. Nemzik.
well, needless to say, he left about 7 days later, he resigned.
wow,
I think he resigned that night and it only took him 7 days to get out of here.
wow.
But the thing on our zoning, when we did it last time, Dave, we amended it. We had to amend our zoning, our 2016. So I don't know if that's something you want to consider
Okay,
with our deadlines or whatever, but
all right, well, I guess I misremembered. I thought last meeting we voted with the thought that we were gonna add changes, but so let's have a motion to, I guess, whether we're gonna send it back to, the planning commission or not.
And how much time will we have, and can we?
At that point, we have 6 months.
6 months, right?
Ish.
Planning commission meets tomorrow night. So they'll hear it tomorrow night.
And one thing, I don't want to upset our planning commission, because they do work very hard. But
well, we appreciate that. 'Cause it's-
Yeah,
But I think it's this stuff that the state is telling us we have in there that gives certain entities more rights than other entities. That's where I have a problem. Connex boxes, I'm not gonna fall on that sword. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I think it should be a consistent distance for everything. That way there's no confusion. That's just my personal opinion on that. But where the state is saying, because I mean, I look every day, I go into Middlebury the back way, and there is, not that I disagree with the development, because I always disagreed with taking a 20-acre meadow and putting 3 houses in it, destroying the meadow, and that's all it was there. Because invariably, even if they put the houses around the outside, they blocked up the farmland so it was square, it was virtually useless. Okay, I never agreed with that. But the development they're putting in Middlebury, that thing is massive. You know, and it seems to me the people, and I guess this is the part of the hypocrisy, the people that are up in Montpelier, oh, tax the rich and big industry is bad and whatever else, are feeding right in because no small contractor is building that. I don't know how many units there is there.
Is that the one on Quarry Road?
Yes, it is. I don't know if you've seen it. You need to take that, go by it. It is huge. I don't know if you've seen it, Dan.
Enormous.
Where is it?
Quarry
Quarry
Road.
Road. It's just outside of Middlebury.
Yeah.
If you know where
turn
Happy
by
Valley
G-
Orchard
turn by
is.
G-Stone Commercials.
Turn by G-Stone.
Go out that way and then take a left to go into
I
Middlebury.
haven't seen it.
It's there on the right. It used to be a ag meadow for years, and I
It's
mean,
taken up the whole meadow.
it is, and they're huge. I mean, they're what, 4 or 5 stories?
Yeah, that's-
Gotta be at least
Yeah.
4-story buildings.
Yeah.
It's massive. Massive.
That was one of the things when we did the zoning, is we had to change the height to, so basically allow 4 stories. But I said, well, we've got it down in Pittsford anyways, it got the
The
senior
manor.
home sits down in the dip.
But it sits in a dip, so
Oh,
it
right.
doesn't look that big.
Exactly.
You put that on top of a hill, it's gonna be an eyesore.
Well, when you go to Burlington and you go up Shelburne Road, you can see it. Just as you start to, before you go on to 189, they're 4 stories high. And they wanna have 3 floors of people living in there, and they wanna have the
Retail on the
commercial
bottom.
Yep.
Yep.
So much for maintaining the quintessential character.
I know.
Well, exactly. Exactly.
Well, we're trying.
Well, anybody want to make
So-
a motion on this or what?
So if we vote to approve it, it's done and it's gone and whatever. If we send it back, we vote not to approve it, to send it back to the planning commission, what are we gonna ask them to do? I think that's our problem. It's like,
That
I
was
think we
the whole
bring
point
our,
of the
our,
list.
our
Onyx.
thoughts to them, and maybe this should happen before.
Yeah, I mean, we already
Ken
have.
has a list from.
Yeah.
the last
Connex
meeting.
box setbacks was one of
That
the,
was the main.
and the, you know,
Well,
permitting.
I'd like to draw down on it a little more.
Well,
And then the
again,
affordable housing was the big part
that
of
was the big, with me, that's the big one.
last conversation. Those were the two.
Probably make an effort to go to the zoning or planning commission meetings, I mean.
We should probably work, at
Well,
least explain
2 of
to
us.
them what our thoughts are.
Well, yeah. I'm all set after the school board meeting, so any of you other guys can offer to go to the planning commission
I've got a
meetings.
meeting tomorrow night at school, so.
I mean, I don't know who else. Anyways, let's finish the vote and then we'll talk about who can go to the planning commission meeting.
Need a
but-
motion going.
Yeah, we really
Yeah.
should have taken one before we had all the discussion on it, but. I'll make the motion that, we send it back to the planning commission.
I'll second it.
Any further discussion on that?
Do we need a proviso that will bring our concerns and try to work with them?
Yeah, well, I mean, if, so Anne has a fairly comprehensive list already, and then.
I have the page numbers from last meeting, I wrote them all down.
If we make the motion, then we can discuss it a little more, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We have the motion.
We have the
Motion's
motion.
on and
We can
seconded.
discuss it. It's seconded, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have 6 months to,
So, planning commission, I'll tell them tomorrow night what the select board would like to see adjusted. Planning commission has to decide what they're going to do. Probably talk to the select board, whatever revisions get made. I believe planning commission might need to have another hearing and then select board have another hearing, so we're gonna have to rewarn everything. It's 15 days minimum from date of notice of hearing to hearing. Then they have to approve it, then you have to vote to hold your hearing, and then from that 15 days. So if, it'll probably be March before it'll be finalized between
that
the,
we're not
the bouncing.
excluding further comment. I'd like to
No.
get a little clarification on what we have to include under 181. So there might be additional things
Yep.
And,
that we can bring.
and consequences if we don't. What,
Yeah,
If
yeah,
we
yeah.
don't.
is there a
That's it.
consequence to not putting it in there?
Right.
Just because they tell us we have to, wouldn't be the first time we haven't done what we were told.
I don't think they have to approve our zoning, they have to approve our town plan.
Right.
That's my understanding.
Yeah, I think our zoning is, I gotta go look on that.
I don't believe, so,
No, I don't think, they never have.
Not that I can
Not
recall.
unless, because I
town plan,
don't
yes.
ever remember zoning
You
coming up.
explained last
It's
time that
town
it goes
plans,
to land
energy
use.
plans and town
No,
plans.
Review board.
that,
The only thing I
those
think
are
we had
town
to do was
plans
send it
and-
to the adjoining towns.
regional
Yes.
plans.
Yep.
No, did we send our zoning?
I
revised zoning
sent
to
it,
the
I sent it
adjoiners?
to, so when planning commission held their meeting, I sent it to all of the adjoining, towns. I also sent it to the state and to Devon, because that's what you have to do. And then, when it's finalized, I have to do it again, but if we hold hearings again, starting with planning commission, I have to redo all of that.
Because we're amending it, we're not, we're not readopt, we're amending our
Amending,
zoning.
right.
That's the key, I think
Yeah.
the
It
differential.
exists,
is-
amendment.
we're amending.
Yeah,
Yeah, because your town plan can expire, but your zoning does not.
okay.
That's the way we've always done it.
Yep.
All right, ready for the vote?
Okay.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Got your marching orders, Rick.
All right.
Thanks, Rick.
But you don't have to march. You can stay here and join us.
I feel it's in good hands.
All right, so
I just know how to spend money just like the rest of us. Right?
Yeah.
My choice or not choice.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. See you, Rick.
so is there anybody that can make their meeting tomorrow? They meet at 7, right?
I can't tomorrow night.
I can't make it either.
I can make
I
it.
got a meeting already.
I'm there.
I've
I
got a
know.
meeting already too,
Okay,
so.
I can probably make it. I have a lot of meetings tomorrow, but they're all pretty much wrapped up by the late afternoon, so I can try to make it.
If not, I have.
But if not, I guess,
detailed
Ann
notes.
is there, yeah.
She's our spokesman.
It's 7 o'clock,
Yes.
the meeting tomorrow night, 7?
Yep.
I'll see.
Okay. All right, moving on. All right, ordinance regulating domestic animals.
Are we skipping
There's
budget?
budget.
Oh, God, because I already checked it off because I had jumped the gun. The last one, okay. Budget.
I didn't include budget in the packets anymore because.
Oh, right, because
Well,
we
it's a
had,
lot of
we had like
paper.
85
Yeah.
copies already.
Yeah.
Was there anything, I know you said you were gonna kind of peruse through, was really no,
I haven't had a chance. I will definitely
yeah, no, that's
go
fine.
through one more time. I can't,
I mean, it's not like
We
there's a lot
don't
of fat
have-
on it, you know?
and we don't have much time left because the first day for us to start warning for town meeting is January 21st. So if we need to approve, that's this year, yeah. So January 7th we meet, January 21st we meet. We are going to have to have approved our warning for town meeting on the 7th, but I need a budget number too, so I'll have to
Oh,
get an approved number from you, go into my office and fix it before you guys sign it on the 7th, or you sign it on the 21st, but I don't know, or we have to hold a special meeting, because I don't have my.
We may have to have a special
There is that
meeting.
meeting on the 14th. We could do the 14th if we
We
had
could,
to.
because I don't have my
Happened in
deadline.
years past.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
That's the Wednesday
We like to
between the
wait
two
till the last
meetings.
minute.
oh,
That gives,
I
If
haven't,
something pops up, you never know.
I haven't got the deadlines yet for the annual report from the printer. I have to follow up with
I
her.
would, this is kind of neither here nor there, well, not really, but, next year, we should do a 2-person, budget subcommittee, just to keep her rolling, just as a thought.
yeah.
One of the things we didn't do this year is we didn't really go through like
Line for line.
for line, like we've done the last couple of years, and
We may need to.
I've started doing some of that.
We still got time to do that, guys.
No,
we may have to. Can't go this level.
I'm sorry to say that I did not bring my budget. I came,
I didn't.
I forgot mine too,
I
Alicia.
had a lot of meeting stuff going on.
I will make sure I include it in the next packet. I have both versions with me.
Or just, you have them here.
I have both versions, and if you want, I can bring my laptop, join in the Zoom on my laptop, and we can have it up on the big screen.
Remind me what your both versions are,
So, hold on just a
just
second.
because I don't have it sitting in front of me.
Yep, no, you're good. So there's a November 3rd version, and there's a November 19th version. the November 3rd version, the down and dirty is per 100, it would be about 7.5 cents per 100. And then the November 19th version, it's 4 cents per
And the
thousand.
percent on it is on that 4 cents?
On the 4 cents one, general fund is 7.35, and I believe highway is 7 hold on a second.
Both write it around seven. What's a highway? 7.11.
7.11.
Highway, general. Yeah, we're gonna have to sit down.
Oh, no, okay.
But I'll go through it again and I'll try to come up with another.
November 19th was the last one, right?
Yes.
That we're talking about, yeah. November 19th budget.
And that included leaving health insurance the same, correct? So that included that 30,000. Okay. All right.
Well, it's only by keeping it the same company, it's an $11,000 difference last year to this year. Or this year to next year. It was 30,000 between the two companies.
But it would be a savings of 20,000 if it had been voted.
If it had been the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's with the changes. So it looks higher on the budget because we've had a couple of people change their classifications or positions change classifications. Like there might have used to been a single plan and now it's a double. Some of them have been married and are having children, so theirs have switched. So that's why some of them look like a higher increase. It's because the personnel have changed. And
That's fine.
so the insurance requirements have changed. I just want to clarify that because if you look at it, you're like, why'd that one go up 50%? And it's because of personnel changes.
Right, you've added
Yeah.
more people.
Yeah.
We also got Wednesday, December 31st. Nobody wants to get together on New Year's Eve and do budget? Come on now.
I'm available.
I know, I don't.
I don't really care. I don't, you know.
I'm in bed by 9 that night anyway. Come on, let's be real.
I don't watch the ball drop.
No.
It's gonna drop with or without me.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, let's do that at the next meeting, whatever that is, just to.
January 7th.
January 7th.
Yeah.
I'll be up in Montpelier, so I'll have to zoom in. We're back in session then.
That hand cream is.
It smells terrible,
How
doesn't
do you
it?
stand yourself?
I don't know, it's
Because I
terrible.
mean, at first, but I can still smell it.
I'm sorry, it's terrible.
Does it work?
It was pretty expensive too. Well, I mean, I don't know. It looks alright. Yeah, I think it
I
works.
suppose it keeps people away from you.
Thank you. Also, because I had to look, and I should have looked this up while all those people were here. I don't know what I was talking about. So next school board meeting is January 6th on the Tuesday at 6 p.m. Then they have their special budget meeting is on the January 13th at 6 p.m. And then they have January 20th.
So, do you want me, when I see it come through on email, post it in the Pittsford,
Please,
Vermont
because I want
community?
people to actually come. It's really important. I mean, that's 80% of your tax bill.
Tax dollars is right there. Yep.
And I wish our school board would do a better job of explaining to people too as we get closer to every year when it gets to the budget season that also how convoluted our finance system is with Act 60 and 68. So just because we could vote down our budget till it was like, you know, under whatever, and it doesn't necessarily mean your taxes aren't going up.
Correct. Exactly.
And that's the frustrating part.
It
So we
is.
don't want to like shortchange our kids because in Burlington they're overspending or whatever. They're easy to pick on. I don't know if it was.
Well, as I understand the money through, what's the education bill?
60?
60 is on a per student basis?
I still don't I don't pretend to understand it, but I don't know if you guys saw, I forget his name. I think is he WCAX? Or shoot. There was a reporter recently that
I saw
just,
that.
did you see that?
Yeah.
He played the three different people all going out to eat lunch
the
together,
restaurant.
and they're gonna
Yeah.
split the bill. And one guy's like, yeah, I'll just get a salad. You know, the other guy's like, I'm gonna get, I'll get a salad and a like, fancy cocktail or something. And the other guy
Don't
goes
get
crazy and he's
caviar,
like, yeah.
right.
And then they all split the bill, and that's how our education system works. Because every school budget that passes has to get paid for. So we send all that money to state level, and they just pay. So some
How wrong is that?
it's super wrong. It's horrible.
Super wrong, yeah.
So even though I get really frustrated with our school board every year, just because I do, a lot of it is
It's trickle down.
it's not, it's the state. So, having said that, which is what because I gotta always be on the soapbox about Caverly, because I'm so sick of our awesome, super magical preschool being on the chopping block every year to save maybe like $20,000 or something.
So you can put a new football field in.
Come on now.
Yeah.
I'd say take one admin out and we'll call her good. All right, moving on.
So our preschool is still out here,
Yes.
Yippers.
and they want to close it down completely.
Every year they
It
want.
says
Every
the
year
first
they
year.
threaten
Okay,
to.
I was gonna
Every
say,
year.
we've heard
Almost
this
every year.
before.
Yeah.
Every year they're threatening, yep.
Well, it's
Every year.
down to Lothrop.
One of the best things we've got going on.
That's what I'm
is.
saying.
One of the best things.
Anyone who's ever been in that
It's
building,
fantastic.
yes.
Yeah, no, it is.
Amazing. And it's been amazing for decades, and it's like,
And once again, the bill of goods we were sold on this.
We sure were sold a bill of goods, that's
So-
for sure.
When,
Remember them sitting right there selling it to us?
It's that oligarchy
Oh,
legislature.
if they were to pull out, wasn't that building supposed to come back to the town?
That's on the agenda a little later on.
yeah, I know, we are, yeah, I know. I kind of jumped the gun with my, I went off the rails there a little bit. I
Right.
apologize. Let's,
Okay.
All right, domestic
Okay.
animals.
domestic animals.
So this is the same one I brought you last time, except I raised the fines by the
Right.
$50
Right.
each
Yep.
that you had.
Yep.
So we just need a motion and
Okay.
We approve it.
Second.
Any further discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
That was quick and
Yep,
easy.
I know, that's been on the
Well,
agenda. Thank
it's been
God,
on
it's
the
been on the last
agenda for a
17
while.
agendas.
That's
Yeah.
old enough to vote.
Yeah.
All right, fire department fill station for air pack quotes.
So these were the quotes we discussed
We saw this
previously.
last, yep.
Reynolds was the one that you had recommended.
Right.
But you didn't vote, we didn't vote on it because you wanted to know how much Nickwacket Hose Company.
Oh,
They are
yeah.
going to do 25,000, that's what they voted on at their annual meeting, was to put 25,000 towards this. So if you take, we do need to pay the $500 for the installation, so it's 57,184.75 minus the 25,000.
What was the first number? I'm sorry.
57,184.75,
Oh, it's about half of it. Yeah.
yeah, they're paying just about half.
All
I'll
right.
make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay. We got LT5. What is this? Town Highway 37, Town and 20 and 32 road classification discussion.
So we had this discussion before. I did talk to Chad about the two roads. He said right now, the one, this one that's at Shaw Road, which I was wrong on where it's located in town. I was notified the next morning that I was completely wrong. I apologize for that.
The map was wonky. I don't, who could blame you?
Pictures suck.
That's
Yes.
saying.
So he said that to the orange dot is where the town has maintained for the last 20 years. So it makes sense for us to say that that's where the end point is, because that's all we've ever done. Everything else is grown up to a trail.
Oh, okay.
So we don't want to have to get it back up to a class 3 road. And then this one,
Is that 32?
this one's 32. He said that
is 20.
they've only ever maintained coming down this road to where this dot is, and he says it's always been a trail after that. Cause I guess that's where Derek Sari's house is out here or
Oh.
whatever.
Okay, yep.
Oh, up in,
It's out toward, over in Florence, right?
Yep.
Blue Quarry Road, is that?
Old Hubbard.
It's Old Hubbardton Road. So he said that they've only ever maintained up to where this dot is, and neither one of us can think of the lady's name. We've both talked to her. But her driveway, people think it's Old Hubbardton Road occasionally because it,
Is that where Redmond used to be?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think.
That's on this side.
Yeah.
So this is going up to Sam's.
Yeah.
So he said, so Chad's saying that where their dots are, that's all that he's ever maintained anyways, as long as he's been here. So he doesn't see where it's going to do anything to us to say, yes, that's where the road, you know, is up to class 3 standards.
That's something we can always,
We have 5 years.
yeah.
So.
To reclaim it?
So, the state is asking us not to throw the rest of the road up. Just tell them how far it's
Well, so.
class
I
3.
thought this was to throw it up.
So
We
this,
aren't giving them up, no.
so this one here says, I forgot to ask about TH20 and TH32. TH32 is Old Hubbardton Road, TH20 is Shaw Road. The attached documentation you sent us, the discontinuance was discussed, but no decision was made back in 1996. Does the town still intend to discontinue TH20, or at least past the driveway where the road is not maintained? And Chad said, so this one's the Shaw Road one, and Chad says the town has only ever maintained.
I
up
understand.
to
What
the
do they
block.
mean by discontinue?
So
What's the definition of discontinue?
Yeah, you don't wanna.
Throw it up.
No, and that's what I assumed.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And we better not do that till we
No.
talk to property owners.
Exactly.
Well, it says if the town has not done anything with TH20 or TH32, we will set the sections of road past the orange dots not up to class 3 standards, and the town will either need to bring them up to class 3 standards or reclassify within the next 5 years.
I don't know.
Okay, so they're just not class 3 roads. They're class 4 or trails.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're not
doing it.
doing away with
Not doing
roads or throwing them up.
All right.
Okay,
It's just
if-
per the state, they're not class 3.
They're not gonna be class 3.
Okay.
If someone's owns a piece of property and the access to it is off one of these roads or any other ones that are either a trail or a class 4 road, and they want to build a house or do something,
They'd have to bring it up, right?
does the town have to bring it up to class 3?
So, right now, Shaw Road, there are no other driveways past that one road.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean there won't be
No,
tomorrow.
I know.
4-story building.
I guess there's still maybe some lingering questions before we vote on it, I think,
Absolutely.
so.
And I can try to bring Chad in to have the conversation.
We just gotta really kind of try to anticipate.
What
the-
happens if on Old Hubbardton Road, one of those people want to build a home or a camp or anything else?
There already is one out there. They can't access it from Pittsford side. It's gone to the Board of Abatement
Oh, is that the Sorry
That's the
House?
Sorry House.
because
Sorry.
he can only get it
Yeah.
from he can only go through Hubbardton. He
side.
can't get to it from the Pittsford side.
Correct. But what about on the east side of the mountain, if somebody wanted to build up there, who's gonna improve that road?
I don't know.
We need to find out.
Yes, we do. So, guess we'll keep it going, yeah, for another meeting.
Well, again,
Okay, I know, I'm gonna leave that out. I kind of forgot about that between last meeting and this. I'm gonna note to self. All right. Okay, select board letter, OVUUSD buildings and first right of refusal. Just because this has been coming up again and again, with discussions of possible school closures, we just want to make sure that we have formally in writing that we'd
want
like
that
our buildings back.
all our buildings
Which-
back.
I wouldn't have personally okayed getting rid of
Going
them
to them, but, you know.
when Act 46 went through, but here we are.
Yep.
But they had a good sales pitch.
I know, and
Oh,
look at all
God,
that.
they did.
I know, look at how much tax money we
We're
saved by
gonna
giving
save,
up all
yeah.
our buildings. And the education is superior to none.
Yeah.
I'm a little salty. Okay.
Not.
Alicia and I had a conversation earlier, that's why I'm laughing, and then I had another one with other people at the library today about it.
It's a hot topic.
It's a very hot topic.
So,
As it should be.
I have found information that Gary was looking for. We have forwarded it to Gary. I'm waiting for him to.
On this?
On this.
Okay, so.
So you have found some information.
Liz Sulia has been amazing helping me. She and I tag teamed the RNESU website because they have broken links, and some of the stuff she could read and some of the stuff I could read, so we were able to piece together what we needed. She's been very, very helpful in this with me.
That's good.
I was struggling to find some information, and I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, I know you're a lot better computer geek than I am. Please help me out here.
She helps us a lot behind the scenes.
So it's gone to Gary?
It has gone to Gary. I'm waiting for him to tell me what else he might need, but we've given him meeting minutes from their first initial OVUUSD annual meeting.
Do we need all
minutes.
that though to just get the
No.
letter? Okay.
No.
Okay.
But this is just for clarification.
Yeah. Yep. But
So
do we have
let's-
anything that we could sign tonight?
I don't. I can draft a letter for you.
I think we need
I
to.
think
next
we
meeting?
should consider voting on it tonight with the thought that Ann would write it and, well,
Why don't I draft a letter?
I'm just worried because they're gonna be voting. Well, I guess we have till January. They're not
I
gonna.
can draft a letter, email it to you guys, and then
Could we have it put on the agenda for January 7th?
Yep.
Was that enough time, or are we gonna be
They meet
behind
on
again?
January 6th.
Yikes. I think we better do it before
That's what
then.
I'm saying. I'm a little, I mean, and I don't even know if this really holds much sway, but I think it's worth, again,
It's beyond record.
I almost said Hubbard and Whiting very clearly stated they wanted their building back, and now that they're talking about closing that preschool, they're talking about giving the building back. Whereas with Caverly, they just outright mentioned in the meeting that they had no intention of giving Caverly back.
Guess what? They got something else.
So,
What are they gonna do with it?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Gotta come back to us.
Administrator, probably.
It's too small of a building really to be used for anything. I mean, it's,
Rent it to somebody.
Low income housing.
Yeah.
I think we'll have to do something. We talked about this last time. I think we have to have a letter drafted that we do expect to get our building back.
Okay, so I will make a motion that Ann draft a letter to the OV alphabet soup,
Yep.
whatever you.
UUSD.
whatever it is, yeah. Letting them know that if they are to dissolve any of our
Buildings.
schools or buildings,
We
give
can
them
want
up
them back.
that we want right of first refusal for them.
It was stated way back.
expect-
No, we expect
for
them
a
back.
buck.
We expect them back. We
That's-
expect them back.
yeah, for $1.
And she will email that to us in the next few days so we can approve it and then she can get it out because it needs to be out before the 6th
Yep.
of January.
Second.
Any further discussion, questions? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. Thank you, Ann. All right, new business, Tier 3 and road rule, new regs coming.
So I gave you the language so far in your packets. These are drafts. I am honestly more concerned about the road rule, which there's not much on here. Road rule, any new roads greater than 2,000 feet and any driveways greater than 800 feet. I believe it's Tier 3, and it might be all parts of the town are gonna become part of Act 250 jurisdiction. They are looking for comments. Their draft guidance is supposed to be completed by January 1st with a 2-week public comment period. They're already taking public comment on this road rule and how people feel about it. I just want people aware of it because this is supposed to take effect July 1.
Holy smokes, so where's the comment links?
So it's this memorandum.
Oh, I didn't have my second,
land-
page, or second,
So if you go to act250.vermont.gov, that is where you're going to find, this information and all of their contact information. The gentleman by the name of Alex, I believe, is the one that's in charge of this road rule
ridiculous.
stuff. Each one of the land use review board members has picked one of these to kind of be the head person. And then there's a secondary person. So Sarah Had, who wrote this land use review board memorandum, her and Alex are working together on it.
Can we post a comment as a board? Or send a letter as a board?
I believe you can. There's some towns that have been.
Have they as collectively as a board?
And I know that there have been individuals that have. I am also bringing this to the planning commission tomorrow night so that they are aware of it, because tier 3 is also going to have an impact on us. As I stated during our hearing last week, tier 1 and tier 3 were supposed to be fairly equal when the land use review board was formed with Act 181, and right now tier 1 is about 2%, between 2 and 3% of the state, and tier 3 is already 6 to 8%, so they're not even equal like they're supposed to be. So
Equal in what, size?
Equal in percentage of land mass. Tier 3, anything in tier 3 automatically has to go through Act 250. Tier 1, if the town is a tier 1B town, would go through town planning and not through zoning, or not through Act 250.
Yeah.
If it's 10 acres or less. So these are just things I want everybody to be aware of. I've been talking about it in town with people as well. It's something that could drastically impact
This is just further movement by the state to force development into the town centers.
So, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
And yet they're fighting Regional Planning Commission on their mapping of village districts and village growth areas.
I know, I heard, where did I was
Takes
on
away
some kind of
private
Zoom.
property.
Yeah, I was on one of Zoom
Big
on that.
time.
It was a pretty small
Big
percentage.
time.
I've got to make a suggestion as a board,
talk.
we send in a big negative against this.
Yes.
This is way
Way
overreaching.
overreach.
And this is, I think it violates the Vermont Constitution. I don't think you could take
So-
people's land rights away by saying, all right, now you can't build a driveway in there or a road.
Well, and the other thing we gotta look at is
The tier
property
3.
valuation. If you can't build
Yeah.
beyond 800 feet from a road,
You,
people are gonna be coming in saying, listen, I can't build on this, this land is virtually worthless.
Zero.
So, you know, our grand list is gonna drop significantly, which is gonna put hardship on everybody in town.
Yep.
Not just those of us that live in the country.
You can't build, but you've got to get an Act 250
250
permit.
Right.
And
Which
it's
means
gotta-
you can't.
It's got to consider river corridors, headwaters, habitat,
Oh my God.
Which is everything.
riparian rights, Class A waters, natural communities, for
steep
frogs,
slopes, yeah, all that
steep
crap.
slopes, etc.
But I get a kick out of high elevations.
Yeah.
And it says below 2,500 feet. So if that's written in there that way, that's a little bit shady. If it said above, okay, that's a high elevation, but high elevations are below 2,500 feet?
No.
And like I
bit
said, they
kinda-
have an entire PowerPoint on their website link for everything for tier 3, trying to explain the way they've come up with their tier 3. I found it highly informative. I don't necessarily agree with it, but it is on there. Like I said, I can bring my laptop next time if you want, and we can show it on the Zoom.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And up on the
I'd like to
screen
see
to
it.
make it better. But I strongly feel people need to be aware of what's happening and that this is coming, and unless people speak up about it, it could drastically impact development.
I'll step back to my other question. As a board, can we take a position on this and at least draft a letter for comment?
Absolutely, as far as I'm concerned.
I'd like to make a motion that we have Ann draft a letter for comment that we are not in support of this type of regulation,
Yep.
and at least submit it for comment.
Yes.
Do you have a second?
Yeah.
Anybody want to add to that, or we'll just leave it up?
I would say adamantly
Discussion?
opposed.
Adamantly opposed.
Adamantly opposed
I
to
will amend
this.
that to adamantly opposed.
Okay.
I think that's more, from my perspective, it's more appropriate.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, accepting ACH payments for utilities and taxes through NEMRC. So is that set up, or?
So we wanted to make sure it was okay with the board before we just went ahead and did it. As our town clerk treasurer is still out, and this would technically normally be town clerk treasurer decision.
Okay.
We have talked to NEMRC, we have talked to the bank. We believe we are ready to do this. We wanted to get your blessing on this so that we could put it in with the utility bills that are going out December 29th. And we're hoping that people can start using this right away with these utility bills. And then in July, when tax bills go out, we will include it with all tax bills as well. This is the actual agreement that you have in your packet, that we will be sending people. And basically, they say that they can get the debit with taxes only, utilities only, or both taxes and utilities. They fill out their information. We go into NEMRC, we load it in, and then, on the due date, we will go in and pull their amount due from their checking or savings, whatever they have given us for a bank.
And can they, so how do they, so there'll be like an actual, so a physical copy will come to their home first, so they know how much their bill is,
They will
and then.
get a bill.
Okay.
So December 29th, we mail all of the utility bills out.
Yep.
Somebody sends this in and says, yes, I want this done on this and this date. Here's my checking account number. We're gonna go in, plug in all of this information. On the due date, which will be someday the first week in February, we will withdraw those funds from their checking account.
Okay.
Is there any cost to the town
There
besides
is no
the
cost
time?
to the town other than our time. And we will get a report. I've talked to Dolores and Corey about it. We feel that the report we're given, somebody can easily go down through and just plug in all of the payments. It's just as fast as helping individual customers at the counter.
It's probably faster, right?
Right, because you're not having those individual conversations. How's the dog? How's the kids? How's the
Yeah.
grandkids?
Cat.
Yeah.
And then what about to make people feel like we're keeping their information safe when we have
So
that?
these will be locked in the, locked within a locked area so that, once they're input.
Okay.
So are we talking about them being able to pay online with a one-time check?
No.
Or this is gonna be an automatic?
Automatic withdrawal. People would sign up for an automatic withdrawal on the due date for the balance due on
This was
their
like the
bill.
first step of us trying to make it easier for people to pay
Yeah.
while we're working on like online credit card payments is the ultimate goal.
Which we do we are looking into that option. Our TD Bank gave us the name, and I've heard it several times when I went to the Vermont Finance Officers Association meetings. There's one company out there that a lot of municipalities use that will do the credit card processing online. There'll be no fees to the town, there will be a fee to the user.
I like that.
So, but it's gonna take us some time to get it set up and that kind of thing. We're looking for something in the interim. We know that there are quite a few, people that pay their utility bills late only because they don't have checks anymore and they don't carry that kind of cash. So we were trying to find an option for like in the interim while we don't have that option to pay online with a credit card.
Do you need a motion for this, Ann?
Well, again, if somebody wants to pay their taxes and they can go to the town's website and put in their information, a one-time thing, paid automatically, that's not it? This is an
No.
automatic withdrawal?
This is an automatic withdrawal.
These are large checks. What's gonna happen when the fees aren't there? The money's not there to pay the,
That's on the person.
Then there's
well, how much clerical time is it gonna take?
It's not gonna take any because if NEMRC goes in to pull the funds and the funds aren't there, there's nothing for them to pull.
It's delinquent.
It'll become delinquent.
And it wouldn't be any different than if somebody
Didn't
brought
pay
a
it.
check in and it
But I don't
bounced on us,
understand why
you know?
somebody can't go to the website.
We don't have that capability yet. We have never had the capability of
Okay.
being able
That's
to
a
go.
whole nother.
We're like
Thank
40
you.
years behind in our,
All right.
we're trying to get
We're
there.
trying
Ann's,
to- we're-
Ann's working hard to
We're
get us
trying
up
to
to
get
the
these middle steps in,
thousands here.
Okay.
and then
I'm with you.
the next step, hopefully, I'm not making promises, but hopefully by June, we will have it so people will have two options. They'll have this option, so it just comes out of their checking account for those that know that they'll have the money. For those that don't know if they have the money or they want to make their quarterly or their
Yeah,
tri payments.
yeah.
All I can think is trimester, and that's not right. But you know, those payments, they'll be able to go online. That's the goal. We're not quite there yet.
Okay, all right.
I need some more time.
Yeah.
We're trying to catch up as fast as we can in that office, but there's a big learning curve right now with a lot of new employees.
It's been discussed.
Do we need a motion or are we just proceeding?
I can just proceed as long as you guys are good with it.
Okay.
I'm good, yeah, I'm good with it.
Yep.
Yep.
Go.
Okay. Outstanding check policy. Is that supposed to be background for check policy?
There's two. There's outstanding check policy.
okay.
And then there's background check.
All right, so.
So this outstanding check policy was recommended by our auditors because we don't have one saying that if a check hasn't been cashed in 6 months, what we do. So this is just for our payables. We mail a check, say they mail it to my husband and he never cashes it. They would send a letter and then if that person doesn't act on it, then, we would be sending it to the state for their unclaimed property division.
Okay.
Okay.
Been brought up, monitored in the past.
Yeah, it's something the auditors had mentioned previously. It just
never
hadn't been
moved on.
written, so I finally
Okay.
sat down and wrote it.
Need a motion for this.
Probably because it's a policy.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right, and then the Recreation Department background checks for volunteers policy, which we didn't have before, and what's, I don't know if anybody's paid attention to what happened in Rutland
Yeah.
City. That was we don't want to get into that kind of a
So,
situation.
This is, mirrored after Rutland Town. Rutland Town has already adopted this. They've helped Liz gain the information, to be able to do this. So she's been trying to work with the state. She hasn't heard back, probably due to holidays and different things, but she would like this to be able to go into effect. We have had parents ask for this.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Motion to approve.
Second it.
Any other discussion, questions? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All right, anything on orders? I think, well, Tom noticed our
only
newsletters
question,
went
yeah.
up, right?
Yeah, how much did that go up? Do you remember?
Newsletters.
No, on the town report
Our town report, sorry.
charge, 50 something on the.
I don't know what he said.
That.
We didn't pay town
What did we pay?
report or town newsletter, so I'm very confused.
Annual support.
Annual, what's the municipal annual support? 57.
That's NEMRC. That's our computer system.
Oh.
That's,
Yeah.
all right. I didn't recognize that. I didn't recognize
Brought it up
that.
before, I didn't see it, but
Yeah.
didn't mean it wasn't
I'm
there.
sorry, no, that's NEMRC.
Okay.
That's our computer system.
All right.
The
got
New
it.
England Municipal, that's what you're talking about?
Well, I agreed with it. I was just like, oh yeah, Ann said that was going up.
Yeah.
No, it says annual support.
Annual,
It's the annual support from NEMRC for
I
our,
know our annual report was gonna go up.
yes,
You told
but
us.
no. That's for our NEMRC software that we use for utility billing,
Okay.
payables, receivables, the whole
I'm not
bailiwick.
gonna ask about the tires.
I recognize it.
No, well,
Come on, you're gonna
person
kill,
that used
you're
to
gonna
get-
kill your streak.
used to get all butthurt about that isn't here anymore, so.
All right, so that was our only, all right, we can send that around to sign. While we're signing, we had the covered bridge, in that?
Yeah, I just put that in there as an FYI. I didn't know how the board felt about that. That is an.
Oh, for the town to be a member, the town to be a member?
Yeah.
Oh, we should totally be a member.
Oh, yeah, why not?
I think you each individually should become members too. It's pretty inexpensive.
Yes.
Sign yourself up.
Sorry, I had to.
No.
Covered Bridge Society? Come on, we have 4 right in town.
Yeah, so,
We used to have 5.
used to have, yeah. probably
If we had
more.
5, I'd consider.
Here, take
Oh,
that.
yeah.
We had
have to
6, I
rebuild one.
definitely would, but, you know,
God.
Nice people, though. I met them at the Pittsford day.
Yeah.
Very nice people.
They're looking for $100.
Yeah,
Is that how much it is for the whole
for
town?
the town, yep.
Yeah.
It was
Oh.
15 before.
It's 15, but they want 100 from us because we have covered bridges.
We have 5.
So they're discriminating
Going-
against us
going up.
because we have what keeps them in business. I'm sorry, that doesn't make any sense.
So they put up all, on their own dime, put up all the, decorations on our
Yep.
bridges, the wreaths every winter season. And,
yeah.
Oh, yeah. And they actually help maintain them. They get their own volunteers to maintain some of them. We've had volunteer work done on Cooley Bridge quite a few times, so.
They did go through and sweep and, like practically vacuum our bridges before
Which they need because that gets in there and holds moisture and rots, yeah.
they went through and did it right before covered bridge week for us and stuff too.
Yeah. Don't be stingy, buy yourself a membership.
Don't be pushy, no.
They're fighting again over there. It didn't take long.
I know, I was talking to
As soon as we start
I can't talk
signing,
and
the
sign at the same time.
Well, he's not handing the paper to him in the correct order.
No.
I am, he's just not paying attention.
I'm absent.
I mean, I'll start doing that, see if we can get a fight going over here. I'll start sending the new bottom side up.
I wasn't on that.
And while you're
either.
signing, can I just mention something else that came today?
Okey doke.
We got the amendment to the memorandum of agreement between the Federal Highway Administration, the Vermont Agency of Transportation, and the Vermont State Historic Preservation Officer regarding their archaeological dig by the monument. So I know you're gonna want a copy of it. I will make you a copy.
What'd they find?
Coin.
Dirt, yeah.
Well, they were hoping to find Mrs. Hendy.
Yeah, but they didn't find it.
Really, Caleb Hendy's first wife, they've never found her,
Her
where she's
remains?
buried.
So
They thought maybe that was a possibility. That she'd be in the area.
Pretty big area to be digging.
Well, I know, I mean.
So this has a lot of information on the Fort Vengeance Monument. There's a bunch of stipulations now in place because the memorandum of agreement was made in 2003 before the Fort Vengeance was put in as a historic place on the National Register, so they had to go and change the memorandum. And it does say on here, whereas the remaining stipulations under the 2003 MOA could not be completed since the Segment 4 project was delayed for over 20 years, and some of the remaining stipulations were tied to activities taking place either during or post-construction. So they did put in there that
Wow.
it was delayed for over 20
I know.
So,
Wow.
I only skimmed through it, but that kind of caught me as funny. But we did get that today in the email.
Alright. Well, I guess if there's nothing else, if I could please get a motion to go into executive session in accordance with 1 VSA 313A, where premature general public knowledge would clearly place the municipality or person involved at a substantial disadvantage to discuss the appointment, employment, or evaluation of a public officer or employee, provided that a public body must make the final hiring or appointment decision and explain its reasons for the decision in open meeting. 1 VSA 313A3 to include the town manager.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye.